What is going on, YouTube? Pass the Prop back here yet again. MLB show, 15 gamer. We're here on our Friday edition. Joined as always by my guy Stu. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Can't complain. It has been my best week ever, so I'm excited for a little bit of a bounce back here. The betting's been a little hit or miss, so I'm ready to go. When you get a couple losses, time to settle up at the end of the week, get that fucking spark. I'm ready to win some bets. So only bummer is I don't think there are really any day games today, right? It's like all at night, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and I sent it in my group this morning. I'm like, this might be the best pitching slate I've ever seen. This might be the best I've ever seen. The amount of aces on the hill, and even like the non-aces, they're like the twos, right? They're like not the full-on scrubs like we've seen a lot of the times. There's obviously a couple games when you're in a 15 gamer in a slate like this. Obviously, that is part of it, but let's get a recap and we get started on this slate. I have, as you can tell, I'm wearing my golf stuff. So I have to go do a golf outing here later this morning. I always forget, Fridays. That when I do have to do these golf things, I always gotta get those out of the way. I gotta get all of my stuff done a little earlier today, but I'm gonna take my L on the show here. Kyle Freeland under 2.5 strikeouts. Ended up with 4. I was really going to call out Ernie Clement to be the next Manny Machado. But not luckily, but Vlad struck out to make it 4, so I didn't feel as shitty about it because if I was going to go down with 2 Ernie Clement strikeouts, I'm like, this dude is fucking dead to me, bro. It was tough. Luckily for me, I did play all the team totals as well. For the Blue Jays, they still ended up with 11 runs. But Freeland ended up getting a few extra strikeouts, so unfortunate, but we did get a couple team totals in there too, which was nice.
Yeah, no, I got your Ernie Clement texts. It was not a good day for him, obviously, but that's the line you live on when you're betting this low. Sometimes guys have off days and you take the L because of it.
Yeah, well, that was an awful day. So hopefully he's on the bus back home and you can find a filler in there. So I believe this was our other one.
Yeah. Athletics got walked off, unfortunately, in the bottom of the 9th. This game kind of sucked. I mean, it went pretty much how I thought it would, where, obviously Washington had, what's his face? What's his name? Cavalli, whatever.
Yeah.
The prospect coming up. And he looked awesome. He went 4 2/3 or 4 1/3, I believe, which is the same problem he's always had since college. You can't really make it past the 5th inning, but he looked awesome. For those first couple, there was just nothing from the Athletics on the offensive side of the ball after that, unfortunately. 1 run was a solo homer. They were 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. I mean, all the opportunities were there, and Nats only scored 1 run as well until the bottom of the 9th. So, it was an ugly game. I felt like I was on the right side of it. I feel like you should just keep betting against the Nationals pretty much every day. But obviously, they got the job done in the bottom of the 9th there. And also, by the way, it was on 2 errors. I mean, it was on a dropped ball, which got the guy to second, and then a throw home that's totally should have been out that the catcher dropped as well. So it took fucking 0 for 8 in runners in scoring position, fucking 2 errors in the bottom of the 9th for the Nationals to finally win a game. So be going right back, to fading them in the future here.
I mean, I'm kind of pissed I didn't play what's his face, Riley Adams. Didn't he go yaya that game too?
Yeah, he did.
I'm pissed I didn't play him. He was over 1,001. Over 1,001, dude. The only guy I gave a fuck about in that game, I said, hey, every time the Nationals get played on the show or faded on the show, Riley Adams does something, bro. And he hit a tank. I'm like, fuck, dude. And that's been the same way I've been feeling about fucking Isaac Collins, bro. I've been just like, why am I not betting this dude 2 hits a game? And then he goes out and 4 hits against Strider, bro, in that last. I'm just pissed I'm not playing long shots on those guys in this game, just because those guys Collins has been so fucking good, dude. He's been so good. Blake Perkins are 4 now batting 400 over the last couple weeks. So shout out Blake Perkins, shout out Isaac Collins. Continue to put up the numbers without Churio there. So, yeah, excited for this slate. Let's start talking about. We got 41 of you guys in here across YouTube and Twitter. We appreciate you guys joining us on your Friday morning. Hopefully we can get you guys some winners here. And yeah, we'll get into the slate. It's huge. It's huge. I'm sure you can find a plethora of games that you want to talk about here, Stu, but let's pick 1 or 2 here for the first one.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like you said, we got some ace pitchers, 100%. There's going to be some high strikeout. Like, if you remember the highest strikeout total market from last year, that would be a tricky one today because you got a couple different guys that I think could give you a run for your money. And Screwball would probably be like minus 150 still at the top. So that would be a fun one today. But yeah, for me, I mean, the most obvious one that stuck out is you get a little bit of a throwback matchup. Two of the best pitchers of the generation are closing us off tonight. We got Kershaw versus Scherzer. Obviously, neither of them are currently in their best pitcher of the generation form at the moment, but still putting together each some pretty respectable seasons. You've obviously talked about the Blue Jays, I mean, more than anyone on the show. Now you got Kershaw on the other side. That could be a good under strikeouts kind of bet as well. I haven't even looked at what that would be yet, but you're muted right now, by the way. You're muted.
I looked at it this morning. I already played it because I have to. It's just religion. But under 2.5 was minus or plus 130. Under 3.5 minus 200. So a decent parlay piece.
Yeah, I was going to say definitely throwing that in with like a no win or something like that. And, you know, you got a really good one right there. So, yeah, that stuck out. I mean, just generally, Scherzer is my favorite pitcher ever. You know, he did a lot of great work for the Nats here. Love watching him. He's still a dog, obviously, and Kershaw's still a dog, even throwing 90 miles an hour right now. So I think that'll be a fun one, honestly, just all the narratives and stuff with those two guys on the mound and two good teams as well. Obviously, it's not just like a shit game as well. So for me, even though that will be competing with my Nats game, that's definitely getting the big TV 100% because, yeah, it's just two kind of legends of the game going at it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of options. Obviously, I could just say my Brewers because I really like that game. I'm really intrigued to see Kodai Senga, and I love watching that ghost forkball. Obviously, one of the reasons I like Logan Gilbert so much. Don't even talk about Logan Gilbert. Just fucked me over yesterday because he just can't not walk people. And he used to never walk anyone. That's besides the point. But that ghost fork is pretty nasty. I'll be intrigued to watch that. You got Lugo Joe Ryan in there as well. But I think for me, it's just one of my favorite pitchers on the bump today, and that's Christopher Sanchez. So I'm really excited to watch him. Merrill Kelly, second start for the Rangers. Rangers are playing good baseball right now. I think this will be a fun game. I love Christopher Sanchez, so obviously I'm leaning that way. But, I mean, has there been a better pitcher in baseball? He's the thumbnail of this thing, man. That dude should be – I don't know how Wheeler is ahead of him. Like, I do understand how good Wheeler has been. But Christopher Sanchez, in my opinion, is probably better than him right now. Like, that's how good he's been. His stuff is unbelievable. And even if you just want to put side by side, like, he stacked up with every NL pitcher, dude. I was very surprised to see Skeen still like minus 200. And then last night, obviously, was a big play for him. I believe he's now went from like minus 175 to now minus 280. Wheeler plus 190. How am I getting Sanchez at 14-1? I think that is absurd. Absolutely absurd since he's actually throwing for something. And in my opinion, actually been as good, if not better than Wheeler.
Yeah, no, I know it's a Chris Sanchez start by I don't even have to check the ESPN app. I get your Telegram notification to start the day. I mean, pretty much every single start you've been there and winning bets on them. I don't know. I know I saw something this morning. I don't know what it was, but I mean, he's been amazing. It really reminds me of when Framber had his breakout year as well, when he was just doing he's getting the outs, he's getting the strikeouts, like he's getting everything for you. And yeah, it's been, even though I hate, obviously the Phillies, it's been fun to watch just as a pitcher, his progression and stuff like that. So yeah, I saw that too. I forgot Merrill Kelly got traded too. That was one of those that caught me off guard. I was looking at it like, Kelly, who the fuck is that? I was like, is that a prospect coming up? And then I was like, oh, that is one of those that they snuck in there at the deadline when there were like 40 trades going on. So yeah, that should be a good one as well, no doubt.
Yeah, mind you, the Rangers are playing good ball right now too, so they're actually fighting for spots. So good for them. Obviously, they're a fun team to watch. I love Wyatt Langford. He's one of my favorite guys to watch as like a position player right now. He's a really exciting player. But yeah, there's a lot of good spots to talk about today, and obviously we'll get to our bets here. But yeah, had to give that guy his flowers. Christopher Sanchez deserves everything about it, man. Dude, I mean, his numbers are absurd right now. And I mean, the thing is, his last game, why didn't he just fucking finish it, though? Like he had 84 pitches and he had 8 innings, and then there's like, oh, we probably want to see make Yohan Duran throw his first one in Philly, so we'll let him close it. But like 84 pitch, 8 innings, like it's still getting you the 6 strikeouts. Like it's pretty crazy, man. He's been very, very good, and obviously I want to give him his flowers when I can. So, all right, Stu, let's get into some bets. And then I see a couple chats already in here, but I know we got 2+ money spots coming your guys' way. Take it to Stu to start us off.
Yeah, sounds good. We're gonna go right back to the Athletics. I know they just burned me the other day on the money line there, but once again, I still feel like that was a very good bet. You get walked off sometimes; it happens. But we're going to another familiar face. If you've been reading my work or watching this show so far this year, the joke has always been that, baseball fans in a couple of years will not know Tomoyaki Sugano, but my freaking grandkids will, with how much money this guy's made me this year. Because just a non-stop fade all season long. Like, truly. Like, he has been a guy that, just like how you go to Christopher Sanchez for, to support him, to back him every start. Every time Sugano is going on the mound, I'm going to first 5 team total, or I'm going to, earned runs allowed, and I'm going to play the over 2.5. And a couple times during the year, it's been bumped up to the -145, and I plug my nose and I still play it. But it's at a very reasonable price right here. And obviously the Athletics, their lineup can be a little bit hit or miss, but I mean, coming out since the All-Star break, the recent form is very good. They're still a top 10 WRC plus and batting average team. It gets a little better as well when you look at against right-handed pitchers versus against left-handed pitchers, where they've struggled a little bit more. They obviously have a lot of good lefty bats in that lineup, like Kurtz, who I kind of want to take for a bomb as well tonight. That guy is just watching him. Talk about fun players to watch. Even on the defensive side, I didn't realize how big that guy is as well. Boy. He's huge. And it looks like it in the batter's box too, but he's still got obviously some good athleticism as well. Very fun watching him, both in person and on the TV during that series there. But yeah, I mean, they get Sugano over 2.5 earned runs in 8 of his last 9 starts coming in. The only miss coming against the famous Colorado Rockies, the one offense that managed to not go over their earned run total. I don't think that really surprises anyone if you've watched the Rockies play it all this year. I mean, Sugano, it's pretty simple. He came over as a guy that never walked anyone. He hammered the strike zone. And then as you've watched this year, his stuff doesn't really play at a major league level. He's not getting a ton of swing and misses. He's bottom 10th percentile barrel rate. The hard contact is there. So when you're a sinker, cutter, splitter guy that hammers the zone and you're getting hit a lot, well, then you got to start dancing around the zone. And now we've seen the walks start to jump up a little bit more. We've just seen a general lack of ability to get deep into these games, which is why I did go the first 5 team total rather than the earned runs allowed, because obviously sometimes the earned runs allowed, a guy goes back out in the 6th. And you get that upside of like the 3rd time around the order, right? Which is something that I personally like. But if you look at it, Sugano's like -135, -140, up in that range for the earned runs. And he has gone to the 6th a little bit this year. But when you look at it, a vast majority of his starts, especially the bad ones, he's barely making it out of the 4th inning, So I think if the damage is going to come, I'd much rather get this even money price point than I would pay the -140 with just the risk that he would come out again for the 6th when he can barely do that in a regular start. And obviously Athletics, like I said, their offense, like I don't know, it's not at 100% right now. I do like it can be a little bit hit or miss. They just got a gift in Washington where they were pretty good, except the Cavalli game. But once again, Cavalli was throwing heat. He looked really good out there, effortlessly at 100. Like that was one of the few positive signs for a Nationals fan all year. So I don't really blame them for looking bad, but they're right back to getting minor league pitchers again. I mean, Sugano he's not that guy. I don't know how else. I've tried to, since I've written about him 40 different times this year, you have to come up with new adjectives and new ways to say it. But it's just simple. He's not a major league guy. The Orioles are just holding on. They paid him. He's going to play out the contract. Like, he's going to keep getting hit around. Their bullpen isn't good either, so that doesn't really help, especially after those trades that they made. I mean, yeah, I just think the Athletics are going to continue to look good. They're going to continue to take care of business, and I'm going to keep fading Sugano pretty much any time I can get a playable price because it's made me enough money so far this year, and I don't see why I would stop now. So we're going to keep the trade moving, and we're going to fade Sugano once again today.
Yeah, no issues. No issues. Obviously, I like the over in the game as well. JT Ginn on the other side, I think, is kind of, thrown over his head as well. So don't mind either. Obviously, bullpens are shit too. So, yeah. So, I mean, full game over as well would be kind of the look there. It's really hard to click an over 10.
That was my problem.
That's the tough part.
If it was 9 even, or something like that, I would have been there with you 100%. I would have clicked it as well. But once you get to the 9.5 juiced or 10, it's kind of a little bit, for me at least, that's kind of where my range ends, unless you're like in cores or something crazy like that,
Yeah, definitely. And I'm going to obviously go to another plus money spot. I'm going to be rolling Tarek Skubal, 8 strikeouts. Joe Ryan, 18 outs, plus 112. And I really like both these guys. Obviously, I bet on them almost every time they've been in. Joe Ryan, not specifically on the show, but Skubal, obviously, pretty much every time he pitches. Let's go to Skubal first. I mean, you talk about adjectives. I don't really even know what to say about the guy. I mean, the dude's just that good. I don't really even know what you need me to say. This dude has a .83 whip, which is absurd. Dude gets deep into games almost every single time. I know his house prop is 19.5 today. Way up there. Dude's got an unhittable changeup right now. That thing is completely wiped out. Takes out almost every one of your right-handed bats. He's got a 1.4. I don't look at batter versus pitcher much, but when it's like, a $143, these dudes are batting a $143 against him. Over 42 at bats with almost a 40% K rate. For the people that are in there. Obviously, none of them are too crazy in terms of like numbers wise, like amount of at bats, but like Moncada 5 Ks and 13 at bats. Ward 0 for 2, 2 Ks. Shanuel 1 K, 3 at bats. You just go down the list and it's just like, damn, dude, like he's just mowing guys down. And again, it could have possibly not even been this version of Tarek Skubal either. So love that. Mind you, Detroit's up only 5 games on the Guardians right now. Like you feel like with all the shit that's going on with the Guardians that they're way ahead of them.
Yeah.
They're really not that far ahead. So I think that's why this is also, I mean, these are important games. You see that in the ability for him to be 105, 96, 98. He's hit this in 5 of his last 7 starts, I believe, because I'm obviously not taking the All-Star game start, right? Because we're not going to use that. But, the 2 teams that he missed against, right? Seattle, obviously they hit him around. That was his last bad start. And then I actually took him on the under against Toronto. Because why would I ever bet any team? I don't even care if you're Tarek Skubal. I don't bet you over against my Toronto Blue Jays there. So those are your 2 misses over the last month and a half. So I'm going back to Skubal. It's just, I know it's tough to just parlay an 8 strikeout number. But he's just been that good. And I feel like that's got to be something that I end up playing around with there. Joe Ryan, 18 outs. I think this is at minus 170, minus 175. I feel like this is a great spot to kind of deploy this against this Royals team who has really struggled this year. I know they are playing better baseball. I do get that. I know. But I kind of expect this to go like the Brian Bayo start. That kind of screams what this is. 4 or 5 strikeouts, nothing crazy, not a ton of hard contact, maybe 1 or 2 runs. But Joe Ryan has just been so good at not walking guys. And that's what he's a better version of Bayo in that aspect, where Bayo obviously has the walk issues. They're top 5%. Joe Ryan's top 5% in terms of walking guys there. Love that. His barrel rate has been very, very good too. He's been way down in that number. Expected batting average 215. Just like underlying metrics are all leading me right to this guy. He's got a 28% K rate, but like I like guys that do strike out people, but they don't give up a ton of barrels. You see that as kind of, some of these better pitchers or these guys that do have high strikeout rates, they give up barrels because when they do miss their bombs. Joe Ryan really doesn't have that issue. You have a team here in the Royals that's, based on, Bobby Witt and Pasquantino. We haven't really seen Perez really take over like he has in years past. It's really tough for me to think that this Royals team at this point in the season is going to be doing anything against a guy like Joe Ryan. I think you're just at this point letting Joe Ryan kind of go up against these dudes, get his 6 and get him out of there. So I think 18 is the right number. But if they're going to give me not a crazy juice number, I'm expecting like 210, minus like 200, minus 210 on it. Again, I tell you guys, I don't look at batter versus pitcher much, but when you have 116 batting or at bats against a certain guy, I feel like that's kind of starting to get into some big numbers here. Bobby Witt, 6 for 25. Perez, 3 for 18. Pasquantino, 2 for 15. Right? Isbell is playing 1 for 14. India 0 for 5. Like Michael Garcia is the best guy on this team with a 3 for 11. Team batting average of 172 with a 290 slug. Like, that's pretty impressive. Again, I'm not looking anywhere into strikeouts. I don't like going against the Royals in terms of strikeouts. That also leads me to like taking outs because they do swing early in counts. They don't have a ton of power. And when you're playing, Joe Ryan here and a guy that just like hasn't been like prone to that lately, like he has these last couple of years. I know he's had some really bad home run issues in the past, but he's at home today. I think that this is a spot where you don't want to get into that bullpen too early because they're all gone. Give me those 6 innings, get out of the game. And we've kind of seen that over his last couple starts where he kind of gets to that spot and goes there. I think he had an 87 pitch spot against the Nationals where he obviously was getting hit around a little bit. But, Cleveland, last outing, very good. Only 4 strikeouts. Then you obviously go to Rockies. That doesn't really count. Tampa, Miami. I really like that Miami team. So he's been doing a really good job. I think 4 of his last 5 hitting this number. So sign me up.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously it's 2 of the best guys in the game doing what they do best. Like you said, Ryan, like strikeouts. I love Joe Ryan. I honestly like betting on him a lot. Under walks is always a hammer in the beginning of the year until the prices catch up and it goes from like minus 170 to like unplayable to like 0.5 walks pretty much, And that's obviously what you want for an outs prop, especially when he's going up against a team that doesn't really see a lot of pitches. They're one of the more aggressive, they're not towards the top of the list like your Brewers or the Pirates and like pitches per plate appearance. They're out there to swing, you know what I mean? And it results in not a lot of strikeouts, but quicker at bats, and it's easier for those out props, So Ryan is kind of perfect for this market, and it's a great matchup. Love that as a parlay piece. And Scooball against the Angels is Scooball against the Angels. I mean, I'll take that 10 of 10 times. It's going to be beautiful. You know what I mean? Like the guy's nasty, and it's a team that is when they're either hitting bombs or swinging and missing. And I don't think they're going to hit a lot of bombs tonight. So I think there's going to be a lot of swings and misses out there. So yeah, plus 112 to get, these guys to do their thing. I'm in for it 100%.
Yeah. And I really like what Terrence mentioned here on the Scooball ladder because there's goal line shop right now. Cause I just bet at Bet Rivers. I got I don't know if it was this one. I think 9 strikeouts I got at minus 120. And then I got 10 strikeouts at plus 163 this morning, like all over the place. Just go look around, man, because some of these books just don't price in, some of these spots because it's like it's almost too high. It's like, what do you price it at?
Yeah.
Right. It's like we talked about with Justin Jefferson last year, where it's like you just can't put the yards high enough. Right. You just can't do it. It's just weird to put that in there at almost even money. Because right now, DraftKings is giving you plus 110 on the 10 strikeouts. Right. That's huge. Like that. There's so much fluctuation right now in the market there. So I definitely like going up there. I probably would keep it up 210 just because I got to the 10 strikeouts at plus 163. I feel really good about that spot. Looking like it's best in market still right now. So yeah, I don't mind the ladder. It's just you got to make sure you find best prices because I know some of these are not going to be giving them to you.
Yeah, 145 on ESPN and 130 on like 365 and FanDuel are what I'm seeing best after that. So, it's kind of all over the place a little bit. And then you can get 10.5 for 240 on FanDuel, 285 on Rivers, and 310 on Ballybet if anyone has that freaking made up sports book as well.
Yeah, I don't know. Another subscription that you need to watch a fucking game. That I do not need. Do not need to do that. But all right, let's take a look. Let's do a quick recap here, Sue, and we'll look at the chat. We got 112 across YouTube and Twitter. We appreciate you guys joining us on your Friday morning. Let's get to the recap.
Sounds good. We're fading Sugano. We're going Athletics. First 5 team total 2.5 plus 105. ESPN, MGM, and DraftKings are the best prices in market there. And I'd play it to like minus 110, minus 115 as well. But, we'll see where it goes.
I'll be rolling Tarek Scooball, 8 strikeouts with Joe Ryan, 18 outs at plus 112. All right, let's get to some chat questions. Caught Burns last night at 6 strikeouts. Jesus, I think he's at 7.5 right now, juiced to the over. So good look there. I saw everybody betting Skeens under strikeouts yesterday, and
oh really?
Yeah, everybody. I swear, I saw my entire Twitter like under strikeouts, under strikeouts. I'm like, if I was gonna bet a Skeens under, bro, I just wouldn't bet it. Like the dude's got a 1.9 ERA, bro. What are we trying to be smarter than everyone on a smaller state like that? But it is what it is. Not gonna get into that too much.
Well, no, it's you nailed it. When you got 3 games on, everyone just goes, "Hey, what's everyone else got?" You know, because most of these people aren't very original or creative, and they go, "Oh, Skeen's under. Okay, that seems good enough. It's a high number. He has a short leash, whatever. I'll take that." And then you end up looking like a dummy, unfortunately. And hey, we all look like a dummy when it's a long season. You know what I mean? You get burned a couple of times, but hey, at least when we do it, it's going to be on our own bullshit. You know what I mean? We're not going to be following the crowd into some murder like that. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not playing Skeens unders really, no matter what. It has to be a really, really specific circumstance. Otherwise, I'll just sit on the sideline and just enjoy the baseball game without a bet on it, you know?
For sure. We got Merrill Kelly under 17.5 outs. Don't mind it.
I wonder what the price on that is. I can check real quick.
This Phillies team's kind of been hit or miss. I've not been a huge fan of those guys lately. They just haven't been doing their thing much. So, I don't know.
Yeah, they can be hit or miss. It's like minus 110. You can even get plus 100 on the under. I don't mind it because I think a locked-in Phillies team, like, it does make it really hard for you. Obviously, you got some long at-bats in the beginning of that order as well. It just kind of falls off a little bit at the end. But 17.5 honestly feels like the right number. If you asked me to line it, I probably would have said 17.5, around the same odds as that right now. So I would lean under, but no strong take for me on that one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you got any long shots today? I might have one. A little parlay fun with some of our bets from the show, but anything for you here?
Honestly, I really don't. I mean, I woke up like 25 minutes before the show started, you know, so we had to kind of lock in just to get going there. And I got freaking preseason to deal with tonight. But yeah, I mean, not really. I don't know. I'm trying to think if I could pick a fun way to fade my Nationals, but honestly, this pitcher's only started once, and he got kind of hit around. I don't really know much about him besides he K'd a bunch of people in AAA. So
yeah, he's got a really high strikeout rate. Just can't really mess around with these young guys. There's really no point, right? When it's 15-game slate, you know, there's really no point there. I don't know. Jake Urban, the only time I ever play him is just over hits allowed because he has been better at not walking guys, but that's about it. Yeah,
he gives up like a bomb every game as well. So maybe you can pick which one of the shitty Giants hitters is going to hit a bomb. What happened to Devers, man? They traded him over. The whole world's celebrating like it's the best trade of all time, and then everyone just forgets about the Giants completely. You know what I mean? Like they really haven't done much down there. Devers has been whatever. You know, the whole team's just kind of been a bit of a failure this year, to be blunt.
A lot of walks too. I mean, he has been getting walked a lot, which I guess is good for him. But it looks like we got 25 you guys over on YouTube. Hit that like button for us if you could. We appreciate it. Retweet it. Like over on X if you could. And that. Yeah, I mean, you're going from fucking Red Sox Fenway to one of the worst hitting parks. But again, you bring all these good hitters to Seattle and they still rake, right? It doesn't matter. And that's the worst hitting park. Thoughts on Twins, Royals, first 5? I think I'm just going to stick with Ryan. I'm fine. I don't like having like 3 different bets in a game. I just don't like that because the amount of things that need to go right for me in a single game, I feel like I would rather just play like the Reds first 500. Like I'd rather play that because I don't have any exposure on the pitchers specifically because then I need strikeouts and I need outs, you know, and it's just like, oh man, I just like too many things going on there for me. So I'm sticking to Joe Ryan. He's in one of my main bets. I'm going to keep him there, but I'm going to do a little long shot with Stu's stuff and my stuff here. I'm going to play Scooball 10 strikeouts with Sugano 7 hits allowed. It's hard to get away from Sugano hits allowed because the dude just doesn't walk guys and he just puts the ball in the zone. And I think that he's just in there to eat up innings. Obviously, he had a good start last time out, right? He had a good start. Orioles won his last start. I think you're getting a little bit better price because usually it is at 6.5 Now they're giving me 5.5, and now the 7 is a little bit nice plus money already. So got a nice plus money spot on both. Plus 160 for Sugano, 7 hits allowed, I think is a great just one single leg. But I got to throw it in with Screwball because I want to go up the ladder as well today. It's just hard not to, dude. This guy's just been that good. Looking at just hitter versus pitcher numbers, not really like for the strikeout per se, but like the dude just dominated these guys. So we could quite possibly see him go 7 full innings. And you're going against the number 1 strikeout team against lefties. So I like to see it. So I think this is a good spot, plus 450. I'll throw a half unit on it.
Yeah, for a second there, I thought we might be getting like the whatever I imagine every single paid Discord just puts out every day, which is going to be like Scooball 10Ks, Hunter Brown 10Ks, just bring in the 2 best pitchers in the slate and bring it all. And I wouldn't hate it. Today would be the kind of day to do stuff like that. But I did half expect you to hit us with the double elite pitcher right there combo,
Yeah, one of them's going to shit the bed. To be honest. And I think it's Burns, to be honest. I think it's Burns. I think I could see him get the high strikeouts, but I could see him getting blown up in the process. I think that's a good spot. Dude, quite honestly, I don't think Hunter Brown does good today.
Interesting.
I think I'm going to be going to probably under outs because 17.5 just seems a little ridiculous against a team like the Yankees that walks that much.
Yeah.
And a high strikeout guy. And they're a high strikeout team, but they take the most pitches in baseball. I think under 17.5 outs is a great spot on him just because I feel like everybody's going to be on him today just because the Yankees have been struggling. But I feel like this is a day where I'm going to be on the other side of the public for a lot of these bets because I do have a couple of them that I do like that are a little bit more public.
Yeah, because my first thought is just I hate this version. Like the judgeless Yankees are just like, just brutal.
He's back now.
Yeah, he's back in the lineup?
Yeah, he's been back for 3 games.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, that makes it a little bit better then. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that'd be a good spot. Anything else, Stu? We still got, I think, 122 across both sides right now. We appreciate you guys on the Friday.
Not much. My only thing is, as I go to write some football stuff after this, I just want to say, we've already got it a little bit, guys. The preseason just started. Let's please not overreact to what you're seeing in these couple games. Like I've already seen the little post with the up arrow and the down arrow and guys we saw yesterday. The arrow shouldn't change for anybody. Like we didn't learn anything yesterday outside of maybe who runs with the 1s, who runs with the 2, that kind of stuff. Yes, obviously that can be impactful, but please chill out on, George Halani or whatever, dropping 70 yards and being like, he could be a guy this year. Like, no, he's not going to be a fucking guy this year. So that's all. I just want to say we're going to get a lot more games. You're going to see whoever out there, you're going to see your favorite team play tonight. You're going to go, oh, this guy might be for real. Just temper those expectations a little bit. It's fun to get excited, but there's obviously a reason it's preseason. And it's just like the NBA Summer League. If you're playing, it's not great. It's not a great sign in general. If you're just out there getting minutes, that's not a good look. Philip Dorsett is out there. I don't even know how. I thought the guy was out of the league at this point. I'm not going to lie, but he's back. I was like, maybe Philip Dorsett has like a son or something. I was like, nah, that couldn't be yet. Not that soon. So, just be a little bit cautious. Obviously, summer, it's fun. It's great to have football back on, but let's not change your drafts. Let's not go crazy over some shit you see in the preseason. Because I wake up and it's the first thing I'm seeing all over Twitter already. And it's like, guys, let's please chill out a little bit. So, yep, excited to get into that. I talked about last one. I do have some Hendon Hooker over 87.5 passing yards tonight. I might make a post with some more if I can find it. But yeah, just excited for some football, excited for some preseason. Just wanted to get my little PSA out there. I saw one too many, overreaction posts from last night. I want to remind everyone to calm down. I know the Eagles won a victory lap. Their quarterback too as being the GOAT, but let's calm down a little bit. Milton looked like the GOAT last year as well, and that guy's probably not going to start for like 2 years, so, just be a little bit more calm, enjoy it. But yeah, let's not overreact too much to whatever is going on.
Yeah. No, I usually when I see people doing that, I just fucking block them or just put them on like
fair
list that I don't want to see. I'm not interested in this account anymore because I am just fucking getting people to rage over this shit. I think they just do that shit on purpose because they're trying to fucking get likes and views and shit. I'm like, I don't fuck with that, man. I just like, we're here for stuff. obviously people that are here know what we're about, and I don't post shit just to get people to just get pissed at me just so they like it. You just like look at it. Like,
Yeah.
well, if you have to do that, fuck off. Because obviously people don't like your shit enough to do it on their own. So just there's my rage for the weekend there, I guess. Because I'm gonna have a fun weekend. I got a bachelor party, going to a Packer game. Obviously, I'm golfing and outing today. Yeah, feeling blessed today, man. I'm feeling blessed, and hopefully Tarek Screwball can bless my bank account, because that guy is a fucking beast, dude. And Christopher Sanchez. It sucks because I like both of them, bro. Like, I don't even know who I like more today. I like both of them so much.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do, dude. It's I'm in a tough spot here on which one I like more. That's why I put them both on the thumbnail, because I couldn't pick one. It was so hard.
Hey, it means we got a good day of baseball ahead of us, though. It should be a great slate, like you said, honestly.
Yeah, let's get this going, guys. I appreciate you guys joining us today. Monday we should be back to normal, regular scheduled programming. But any questions, drop them in the chat. Anything for the weekend, you guys drop them in there as well. We got stuff. We'll be here. We'll be ready to go. We got about 8 hours before the first pitch of our game here. So drop the questions in the chat, and we'll try our best to get to everything we got. So have a good one, guys. Best of luck, and have a good weekend.